What is going on, guys? Today we're going to be looking at featured team of the week Bastoni. He is the centre back from Inter Milan and he has gone up a lovely rating of +5. The first one I think that has been an 80 rated, which is obviously the max that it can be to be eligible for a featured team of the week, and he has gone up a lovely +5. Again, week in, week out, I absolutely love this feature that they've added into team of the week. Would potentially like to see 2 featured team of the weeks. Maybe that is kind of the plan going on forward, but at the moment it is just 1. And again, it's a solid centre back. He's put his pace up from what was it, 65 all the way up to 70 now, putting him definitely in the talks for a good centre back. Obviously, the chemistry style we're going to be choosing for him is going to be the shadow, because obviously 70 is still not massive, but it's a lot better than 65, because when you put a shadow on, you do get the 80 as well as 94 defending, which is just incredible, and overall turns this centre back into a 90 rated. He is left footed, so we're going to be playing him on the left centre back side. 6'3" with a medium high work rate. We have got team player as the traits, and like I say, the acceleration is the little bit of a downfall for him, so that only goes up to 77, and we end up with 83 sprint speed. In terms of all the other stats then, we look at his passing, 80-81 on the short and long, fantastic right there. Reactions is good, composure's decent for an 85. Ball control again isn't awful for a centre-back, and the same with the agility balance. I think 63-62 on a lower rated centre-back isn't awful. It then all depends on the animations. His defending and physical, just as the base, are very, very good. Great strength, aggression, and stamina. Jumping is up there, but he is already 6'3", and then the whole of his defending again is very nice, with pretty much most of them going over 98 or 97 by the time we put the shadow on. So I think for 18,000 coins, I think it's not a bad little purchase. Obviously, when we get to Friday, I'd potentially be looking at a cheaper deal for him. I think 85, you're probably looking to get him for under 14k, depending on if there's promo packs or lightning rounds. If there's lightning rounds, this guy goes right to the floor, and definitely want to be club stocking a little bit of him. And let's jump in and see what he's all about. Let's have a look at Bastoni on the ball then. I feel like the featured is definitely one that you want to be looking at. Yeah, it doesn't feel that agile, which is obviously something to always consider when kind of playing out the back with him. But most definitely you'll be used to centre-backs by now that necessarily aren't the most agile, or obviously in terms of kind of ball control are just not there. It's just natural at the moment. But he's watching the attack here. Can we get it? Oh, Ben Yedder's going to beat him to it. And the worry is that the kind of better strikers are going to just run him ragged. But I feel like he has still got a chance to actually kind of play it with the big boys at this point in the game, where there isn't loads and loads of meta teams as such. Bastoni definitely taking a little bit to kind of get going. Really feels a little bit sluggish at times, which unfortunately for him, that's a solid challenge though, that is. He does feel, like I say, a little bit sluggish at times, kind of almost 1 second behind everybody else, but we'll see how he kind of plays into the game. Sometimes it just takes a little bit to kind of get used to him. And again, with a great challenge, doesn't win it himself, but he puts the ball out for obviously Sandro to do something. Milinkovic finding a bit of Pedro. He's going to find Rui Costa, who's going to do something. It's all coming from the Savic moment. Finds Immobile. It's poor from me. Very poor. I was hoping for maybe more of a scoop, but I couldn't remember the skill move of Immobile. Bastoni coming across. Martial on the run. We see there the pace is just not enough there, but Sandro's going to bail him out. We'll have to definitely make sure that we are in perfect position for him. I think it's very important with someone like Bastoni is to not overcommit him. I feel like he definitely is that sort of centre-back that you do need to play a hell of a lot smarter with, because if you do overcommit, he's just not got the pace to keep up with the likes of Ben Yedder, Mbappe, the big strikers basically. So definitely be more cautious with how you use him. But I think overall, tackling-wise, there's absolutely nothing wrong with him. Yes, he may not be the most agile striker in the world, agile centre-back in the world, but most definitely not the worst. Bastoni with a challenge on Martial again, leading to this attack. Sancho, the new sub, bringing on, going for that attack. Bastoni seeing it out into Chuki. Again, we see Talisca on the run. He's got a dangerous left foot. Finds in Rui Costa. Little ball roll into the chip. And we go for the header, and that is it. 3-1. Thank you very much. Bastoni, Lozano, all playing a part in that attack to put us ahead by 2 goals. Bastoni with the block. That's what he is really good at as well, is just blocking the ball constantly. So going into Bastoni's overall review, and to be honest, to start with, I was a little bit taken back. I thought, okay, we're in for a rough ride with this one. He was very slow, very clunky, didn't really kind of get off to the greatest start with me, and I was thinking and it'd be a shame because going up a +5, I'd expect something. I'm not expecting amazing defending, but I was expecting a little bit more. I think with the Shadow, definitely has to be the Shadow. I don't think you can go with anything else. Obviously, it gives him a good overall because of his physicality and his defending, but I think it's the acceleration that really let him down. Even the agility balance wasn't awful, but once I kind of got to learn the defender and kind of where I need to put him, where he's going to be most beneficial, he really did well. Keeping him stepped off, letting Manolos go for like kind of the outer challenges, because he has 81 pace. He can come back, obviously with a Shadow it's 91. He can come back and recover quite well. Bastoni, once you kind of commit him, he's out the game. Like, for that chance, he's out the game. There's no way that he's getting back quicker unless the opposing player is kind of stalling. Then obviously he has a chance, but that is any defender. But I think if you go in for a kind of counter, do not commit him. You want to bring him back. You want to kind of wait for that chance and wait for the ball to kind of separate from that opponent and just strike, because his defending is fantastic. If he gets close to the ball, he's gonna win it, and his physicality is brilliant. Other than that, I think he is a standard centre-back. He's not necessarily going to really overplay anybody else. I think there already is some very good centre-backs in Serie A. If you've obviously done Koulibaly, he's #1, and then I'd probably say Skriniar's good. Manolos, to be honest, was fantastic, mainly for that pace element, and then even then we're looking at Deriv, we're looking at potentially Koulibaly gold if you've got him, or Cordoba, who is again fantastic, and that's a little bit more of a pricey centre-back, but we've already got, say, 3-4 centre-backs that are already in line, ready for it. I think once you go past De Ligt, that's when Bastoni is going to probably overtake Chiellini and Bonucci for me, because their pace is a hell of a lot lower. But I think for me, featured team of the week still coming in clutch. Really do enjoy it. I think it is a very good concept. It's nice to see a +5 on a player. That is brilliant. But for me, I wouldn't be too happy him as a red pick unless they have the star. I don't know if they actually get the star on the red pick. Hopefully they do, because that would be fantastic. Other than that, pretty much a kind of an average centre-back, nothing too gravy there. Overall, I'm going to give him a solid 6 out of 10. Let me know down below what you think about Bastoni, and I'll see you all for the next one. Peace, like and subscribe.